Good morning and welcome to Conversations with me, Lynn Fields, on Comfortable Keto. And we are going to have a wonderful time talking about the things that are important to us on our weight loss journey. Now, let me tell you why I decided to do this. I have battled with the fork and spoon since I was a little girl. And I knew that food was a great way to elevate my mood. If I was happy, it'd make me happier. If I was sad, it would make me happy. And if I was depressed, it always made me feel better. So you're probably like that too. You've used food as a way of solving a lot of your problems. Most of us who have a lot of weight to lose and are considered obese are people who have used food as a crutch for a long, long time. And we are on a journey where we are going to change all of that. The reason I'm calling this Comfortable Keto is because I want everyone that visits this site, everyone that comes and joins in this conversation, to feel comfortable to talk about anything except politics and religion. And we can share our ideas and our thoughts, and we can help each other reach our goals. Now, you will hear me refer oftentimes to Amy Smith at You Can Keto, and also there's a wonderful Facebook page that I am on every single day called Push for Your Better. That is Amy Smith's page, and there is the most amazing information about how to do keto the right way. Now, there are a lot of sites and a lot of websites that talk about keto, and they do it their way, and people are very successful. For me, I have found that Amy Smith's way of doing it is what works for me and has helped me be very successful on my keto journey. So I'll be referring to that quite a bit. My name is Lynn Fields. I am the blessed wife of the most amazing man in the whole wide world. He is my Prince Charming, and I love him with all my heart. I have been married to that man now for 19 years, and I have the most beautiful, almost 15-year-old. She'll be 15 in 2 weeks. Now, we adopted her when she was 5 months old. We got her from Guatemala, and she's the most beautiful little brown girl you've ever seen in your life. But that child's going to be 15 years old in 2 weeks. I mean, you blink your eyes, and they're teenagers. But we won't talk about that. Anyway, I have the most amazing life and love the life that I live with as a wife and a mom. And I studied music and speech in college, and two of the things that I love the most are singing and motivational speaking, which I've had the pleasure of doing for years and loved doing that. And I had about 6 years of success with my best buddy and partner in business, Southern Comfort Catering. And so I've done a lot of stuff, and I just love it all. But what I keep coming back to is my love for people and wanting to encourage them. And so that's what we're going to do here. We're going to encourage each other, and we're going to motivate each other to reach our finish line and reach the goal that is the healthiest for us. Now, keto is going to be a way of life. It's not going to be like, you remember years ago when we would say, okay, I need to lose 30 pounds, and I'm going to lose 30 pounds, and then I can just go back to eating the way I was, like it would magically stay off. Such a wrong thing that we believed for so long. And I mean, I'm one of the ones that believed it the most. I can't tell you how many hundreds of pounds I've lost over and over and over and over, only to gain them back, and then they usually bring about 50 of their friends with them. So I tried every weight loss program known to man. Weight Watchers. I tried Atkins, which is before keto was around, where you ate, 900 hamburgers in a day because they didn't have any carbs in them, and you wondered why you didn't lose any weight. Seriously? And then so I tried the medical weight loss programs where you drank the powdered and did the fasting. None of that worked. And about 12 years ago, I was just at the end of my rope, and I thought, I've just got to do something about this weight, or I don't think I'm going to be alive in 5 more years. So I was approved for gastric bypass surgery. And while I feel like that it was a great tool for me, I lost 120 pounds in about 8 months. And it felt good emotionally. I felt good physically. I could do things that I had not done before. But what I found out over the last 12 years is that you can gain every bit of that weight back, one M&M at a time, one hamburger at a time, one chicken wing at a time. You just can. And gastric bypass surgery is not some miracle pill. It's not going to change what goes on in here or what's going on in here. That's where we have to make the change. Now, I will tell you that I am very... Well, there's Alexa. She's asking me what I want to play. Nothing, Alexa. Excuse me. So what we have to do is we have to figure out what's going on inside that's causing us to go for the jelly donut. You know, what has made us so sad that we feel like we have to sit down with a carton of ice cream? Those are the things we've got to figure out, girls. And I really believe that I'm getting there. I am a Christian. I love the Lord with all my heart. And I believe that He has been the one. I know that He has been the one to sustain me and to keep me from any horrible sickness that would take my life, that so many people deal with when they are overweight. God has given me an incredible amount of strength. In fact, one of my favorite verses is found in Philippians 4:13, and it says, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. It is not my strength, because that has proven to be extremely faulty and doesn't work. But His strength. I mean, He created the world out of nothing. He called the water onto the earth. He's a God of miracles, has raised people from the dead. He can certainly help us on our weight loss journey. But what we got to do is we got to ask Him. And so my life, I've been a Christian for many, many years, but I have learned on this weight loss journey, as I believe in a lot of ways, it's been my thorn in the flesh. It's been the thing that has taken me back to God over and over and over again. Because, girls, I can't do it. I can't do it by myself. I've proven that. So what I want us to do is I want us to be a sisterhood that can say to each other, okay, I'm struggling with this. Yesterday I did fine on my diet, but then right before I went to bed, I ate 6 Oreos. Okay, then we'll talk about that. What could have been something that you could have done maybe that would have been a better choice? How can we help each other? That's what I want this to be. I love to cook. I grew up in a family that had just amazing cooks. My grandmothers were incredible. I spent a summer with, we called her Mamu. I spent a summer with her, and I learned all about how to can anything. I learned how to look in a refrigerator. Now, this is what she would do, and this is the truth. She would open the refrigerator, and she would just peer into it for the longest time. And I'm thinking, Mamu, what are you doing? And I remember one time I just asked her, and she said, I'm trying to figure out what to put together for dinner. Well, I went and peered in the same refrigerator, and I couldn't come up with a single thing. So I'm thinking, what's she thinking about? So that night for dinner, when we sat in front of an amazing casserole or something just delightfully delicious, she had gotten that out of bits and pieces of what was in her refrigerator. So I learned how to be creative and make a lot out of a little. And just so many things that I attribute to my culinary heritage. That was my mom calling in, so I just had to put her on pause, and I'll call her back. Anyway, things like that, that's life. I know a lot of people would have probably paused their video and taken care of it. Girls, I'm not like that. Life goes on. Things are going to happen. We're going to have interruptions, but we're going to keep on keeping on. That's what we're going to do. Part of what I'm really excited about is I am going to hopefully be able to teach you all how to cook a few things. It's so funny how you take for granted the knowledge you have in something like cooking and baking that you just assume everybody has. They don't. And I have found that out by some of my sweet friends who say that they can cook, and then they bring me something that they've cooked, and it's sweet and it's precious, but it's a little different. So what I realize is a lot of people really just don't know the basics, and I have been so blessed to know that. And for years, I've carried that with me, and it's what's made me a successful baker and cook and creator of new recipes. So I'm going to share that with you. Like one day I'm going to take my computer into the kitchen and we're going to cook something together. And I can show you maybe shortcuts, how I do things. And we're going to take some of the recipes that we love the most, and we're going to ketoize them. Now, girls, I grew up in Alabama. It does not get any more southern than that. When we ate, it was usually fried, and it was usually topped with something like gravy, and there was usually homemade bread involved, which is without a doubt my favorite food. Why do you think Jesus is called the bread of life? Well, it's the most important food in my book. I love it in any way, shape, or form, preferably with butter. And we had biscuits, and we had bread and cornbread, and we ate things that had butter all over them and were deep fried. And what we're finding now is the butter and the fried part was really not the culprit. It's what we battered our chicken in. It's what we put on our biscuits, like a ton of jelly or syrup and things like that. The kind of sugars that just aren't the good kind of sugars for us, or the fats that aren't the good kind of fats. But what we're finding now in keto is there are really very good healthy fats, and if you use them the right way, they will work in your favor. So all that's going to be part of what we do as well. Friends, what I mainly want to do in this is to encourage you. I want you to go on this journey with me. I want us to do it together. I want us to be able to help each other, to pray for each other, and to say, hey, I've tried this. What do you think about this? Or just be a part of this community where we feel very vulnerable to talk about anything. Now, girls, when I say anything, I mean anything except politics and religion. We don't cover those subjects. But anything else you want to talk about, anything you're struggling with, even if you're home and in your home or family, if you need someone to pray with you, we'll do it. Let us know. I want this to be a place where we become the best of friends and can depend on each other. So this is just the introductory video, just to let you know about what we're going to be doing, and asking you to join and become a part of this and invite your friends. And hopefully we are going to be able to do this 2, maybe 3 times a week. I'm working on my schedule right now. When you have a 15-year-old that's involved in stuff in school, you just think, everything revolves around that, which is good, not complaining. But that is what will determine my schedule as well. So I'm working on that right now, but I mainly wanted to get this out to give you guys an opportunity to let me know if this is something you want to do. And if you do, let me know. And please pass this on to your friends. And tomorrow is going to be our first day to conquer something that for me was probably the most important part of the keto journey, and that was hunger. We're going to talk about that place in you that's empty physically, emotionally, and spiritually. But that physical hunger, do you remember the story in the Bible about where Jesus fed the 5,000 before he preached to them about anything? The Lord was very aware that it was important to meet the actual physical need of someone before they would really listen to you, because the hunger pangs would be much louder than any great thing that the Lord would have to say. That's what I want to do. I want to talk to you about how to create physical hunger in what you eat. It just works. It has worked beautifully for me. I hope it will for you. And then we're going to talk about other things that we need to fill up on to make us better and to make us feel good about who we are and where we are and about this journey that we're on. So girls, I can't tell you how happy I am that you joined me. Know that I am praying for you. And if this is something that you want to be a part of, you just let me know. And by all means, have an amazingly blessed day today. Bye.